kule. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Karibuni and to this function, Lenga Ugaidi na Talanta Gala this time. What we're going to do right now, we're going to say a word of prayer. In the name of Allah, most merciful, most gracious, all praise is due to Allah, Lord of the universe, most gracious, most merciful. On of the day of judgment, you alone do we worship, and you alone we turn to for help. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those whom you have bestowed your grace, not the way of those who have earned your anger, nor of those who went astray. We pray with your beautiful names you called yourself. You are the Creator, created us together with this beautiful land, Kenya, and put us on this land by your own choice. Merciful, O Lord, shower us with your mercy. Heal us from physical, social, political, and even spiritual maladies. We beseech you to take away coronavirus from us. Powerful, protect us from all kinds of injustices and make us the agents of justice. During this time when election fever is creeping in, make our leaders conduct their campaigns peacefully. We stretch our hands and turn our hearts to you because you said, ask and you shall be given. Amen. Welcome again, Madam Dr. Nyawera, Acting Director, Center, National NCTC, National Counterterrorism Center, Madam County Commissioner, Madam Florence Moroa, Dr. Hassan Kanenje, Dr. Halkano Wario, and all the participants and the attendants. Karibuni sana. This evening, we're going to have the winners of Lenga Ugaidi na Talanta competition announced. Lenga Ugaidi na Talanta is a short film competition, a tool that is always used for advocating for countering violent extremism it used to be in Kenya, and right now it is in the region. It started in 2017. Between 2017 and 2020, the first 4 sessions, it was just here locally in this country. And then it started gaining traction to other countries in the region. So now in 2021, we have gone regional to IGAD countries. IGAD countries, Kenya, Uganda, Ethiopia, Somalia, and Djibouti. We hope South Sudan will also be included in the coming competitions. As you well aware, you are all aware that many young people have been recruited into violent extremist groups just across here in Somalia, and further afield. ISIS, Al-Shabaab have actually took many of our young people and put them in that illicit kind of activity where they come and harm their own people without knowing. These young people, they need to be talked to, and they need to be talked with the language that they understand. That's the essence of actually coming up with this particular activity, so that the youth can speak the language that youth understand. There is a lot of use of internet and online platforms to lure these young people into these illicit activities. There is a lot of use of WeChat, TikTok, Vimeo, Botim, Twitter, and all these kind of platforms to invite young people to go to do these particular activities. We are always, as a country, fight these particular activities. And I think the idea of coming up with Lenga Ugaidi in Talanta has come at a time when we will also get into those platforms so that young people will not only see the materials of violent extremists, but also the materials of the moderates. So Lenga Ugaidi in Talanta, that's where it is. And then I think we had bigger problems when COVID-19 struck in this country. COVID-19, as soon as it started, we had lockdowns. So young people had a field day in the websites, whether studying or sometimes even playing and all these kind of things. So these terrorists took advantage of that and recruited many more young people through those platforms. We hope these activities will be increased, because you see, Lenga Ugaidi in Talanta is just a drop in the ocean. Many other groups will come up so that we can be in a position to flood the internet with the moderate material, so that when young people, they not only see those particular bad materials, but they will also see the activities that are going on by the moderate people. With that short introduction, or long one, I will now invite Dr. Halkano Wario to come and give opening remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Dr. Halkano Wario. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Habari zenu. Assalamu alaikum. I'm extremely greatly honored to be here today, and I thank the organizers of this event for putting this competition for the 5th year running. It's not a small task, and congratulations to you. Let's clap for them for the 5-year anniversary. And I think it's a commendable effort that on the 5th year of its anniversary, the Lenga Ugaidi team decided, and the partners decided to rope in more countries that are facing violent extremist attacks and radicalization of violent extremism in different levels. So Ethiopia, Djibouti, Somalia, Uganda. I want to especially speak about Uganda currently. If you follow the current news recently, there's been cases of suicide attacks right in the middle of the city of Kampala. And this is a worrying trend, because this was where we were a couple of years back, when Nairobi was similarly under tight security grip because of violent extremism, choosing to radicalize youth and then use them as part of war against others who are absolutely innocent of the crime that they are accusing these other people from. Similarly, just down south in Mozambique, ISIS have made a big effort in recruiting and radicalizing youth and carrying out insurgency to a level that has not been witnessed in this region before. What does this really tell us? The youth are still vulnerable. The youth are still being recruited. The youth are still being misled. But here in Kenya, we have been known for one thing: resilience, creativity. We've been known for ability to drive our policy and practical agendas in a way that makes sense. So the efforts of National Counterterrorism Center, for instance, in rolling out the county action plans across the country, the efforts of Lenga Ugaidi and Talanta and different non-state and state actors who have been made serious inroad into ensuring that our people can openly speak about radicalization without being targeted. I think if one was to do similar kind of competition, say in DRC, eastern side, or currently in western parts of Uganda, or in Mozambique, freedom, the ability to articulate these ideas will be impossible. But thanks to our resilience, we've made a big road into this. And we really thank our youth, especially for this kind of creative work. I'm especially also interested in how we've been able to use media in different ways. If you look at, say, groups like Al-Shabaab, their ability to use different platforms, as was mentioned by Sheikh Rama, whether it is videos, whether they are the nasheeds and qasidas that they articulate their ideas in, whether they use the dark web and other kinds of scripted information system for circulation of their idea, they've been savvy. But what do we have here? We have savvier youth. We have much more talented youth that can use creativity to a whole different level. So when I listen to materials from people like Kadiak, Sida, Sawasida, and others, I feel happy because we can articulate better idea. We can use Sheng, we can use English, we can use Swahili, we can use Somali, we can use Kikuyu, we can use every other language that we have to ensure that our youth get this information that terrorism does not pay. There's been a big program here in Kenya called Kazi kwa Vijana, Simnajua, where we ensure that our youth, especially during this period, were able to get some hustles where they could sweep streets, clean markets and so on. I want to end on this note. A group like Al-Shabaab, the name itself in Arabic means youth. But when you look at the leaders, do you see anyone below 50 years? Hakuna sinivo? Vita kwa vijana, kazi kwa wazee. So let's ensure that our own kazi kwa vijana continues as it is, using creativity as the platform to ensure that we address this problem amicably, we address it in different languages, we address it in different platforms, and we circulate it, we publicize it, we delegitimize their narrativity, and ensure that at the end of the day, Kenya leads the region as the hub others can learn from. And I think Uganda, Mozambique, Somalia, Ethiopia, South Sudan, Sudan has a lot to learn from our own effort here. That both combines terrorism, counterterrorism effort with a very robust state and non-state driven CV platform that have been very successful. Thank you so much, and I wish to ensure that you will have a very good evening as we continue, and I wish to earlier thank, in advance, thank the winners for the great work they have put through. Thank you so much, Asanteni.
Asante sana, Dr. Halkano. At this point, before I invite Dr. Kanenje, I'm reminded that 118 entries were received this time round. 4 from Ethiopia, 4 from Uganda, 2 from Somalia, and the bulk were from Kenya. We understand the logistics that are there, but I hope next time, God willing, we will do more awareness so that we can have more people participate in this. So Dr. Hassan Kanenje will shortly be standing here in front of us discussing counter-terrorism situation in the region. We'd like to invite him to come forward. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Hassan Kanenje.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. There is a reason why I started saying that. And the reason is to remind you that it's actually very late. And so when someone asks you something and you're like, what is that? Now, suppose you found yourself walking towards a designated place, but at some point you lose your path. What do? The logical thing is to retrace your steps. The logical thing is to go back to the roots and ask yourself, why did I get lost? And so with that, nitasema hamjambo. Habari za jioni. I'm using Swahili because I assume everybody speaks Swahili. I'm still trying to work on my Sheng. I've been struggling to grasp a few, but I suppose in a couple of weeks I may be a lot more proficient than I am today. Now, speaking after a very smart person like Dr. Wario, it has its own challenges, because smart people, when they speak before you, they tend to steal your thunder. And so when you come on stage, you may not really have much to offer, but either decide to regurgitate what they said, or try to make some jokes in the hope that people are going to laugh and forget that you had nothing to say. So, but whichever the case, I will try to, I guess, summarize a few things that Dr. Wario had spoken to. Now, a topic such as CT, it is not something that is simple. It is something that is very complex. It is something that tends to be extensive. And if there were ever to be a reminder of the threat we face in our region, in the world, is just what happened a few days ago in Kampala. From a group that has roots in Western Uganda, but has found a home and refuge in Congo, inspired much or allowed by some of the chaos that have been going on in that country for years. It's an ISIS affiliate, or so they claim, but we understand these groups sometimes, they tend to work together. They learn from each other, just like there is evidence that groups today that are fighting in Cabo Delgado in Mozambique were inspired largely by some of the audio, video content that came from Abu Drogo and Magaburi at the Kenyan coast. Late in 2018, when I was giving a keynote address to an international conference in Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe, it was a group of scholars and military men and women. And my keynote focused on counterterrorism and extremism. Now, at that time, whereas there were evidence that there was some terrorist activity that was already going on in Mozambique, there was almost an utter denial that a problem such as extremism would actually have a foothold in the southern part of Africa. Today, as we speak, I think it's very clear that this group is very well rooted and has links both in East Africa and in southern part of Africa. Now, the problem of terrorism, like many other important issues we face in our world, is not so much what those who are enemies of civilization and peace do, but it has to do with what are we doing in responding to the threats that have been imposed on us. And that is why in this room, as I've said many times before in such gatherings, that when it comes to young people who make the greatest majority of our populations in our countries, especially in the IGAD region, one thing that has been lacking before and which increasingly is being recognized, is the agency of young people in bringing. When it comes to the fight against extremism, nowhere has this been more real than the work that has been done and the initiative of Lenga Ugaidi, and congratulations to you, in Kenya and now in the Horn of Africa, and hopefully in the greater Horn of Africa region, the Great Lakes region, in part because this region is connected. From the Sahel to Cabo Delgado, we are facing a similar problem, just in different territories. What are you doing as a citizen? What is your responsibility? You are never too small. You're never too poor to make a contribution to this. Confronting this, the enemy is available, uses instruments and platforms that are all familiar to majority of the young people. They pervert religion, they change interpretation of doctrine, they manipulate sometimes legitimate grievances, and they seek inspiration from especially globalist jihadist organizations in trying to justify what otherwise is something that is wrong, is something that is not religious. And as I've said before, the Islamic State, for instance, is neither Islamic nor is it a state. Have you seen it anywhere? However, the ideology seems to be real, and it can only survive if we allow it to. And tonight, in the here and now, during this season 5 of Lenga Ugaidi Talanta, we have to say that we are taking up arms, we are going to soldier on, and wherever they are going to be, with whatever we have, using our know-how, using our talent, using our poetry, using our song, that we are going to confront this common enemy, because he cannot be allowed to win. The reason, because we are the majority, we are right, and we are just, and as they say, the arc of history can be long, just like this battle, but it always bends towards justice, and it always bends towards victory of those who are just. Asanteni sana, congratulations again for the season 5.
Asante sana, Dr. Kanenje. And I think when Dr. Kanenje was speaking, I was just listening very carefully, and I was like, when he asked, what is your role as a citizen? This war is not for those soldiers who are in Somalia alone. This war is for each one of us. And you as a citizen need to play your role. And I think Lenga Ugaidi in Talanta is one of those roles that we can play, and we can play more, I believe. Now at this point, this is the time of reckoning. We will now start the presentation of awards. Our chief guest, ngojea tu, hatuja kuachilia. Wewe ndo utakuja hapa kutuambia maneno mazuri baadaye kidogo. So lakini tutaanza presentation of awards, and the first award that is going to be given is a Judges Award by Debbie Carey. Debbie Carey, please come forward.
Judges Award. Nominees: Brian Mwendwa, Billy Malanda, Willie Oweba, Sheila Kabibi, Kelvin Lewis. And the winner is
Habibi.
Congratulations, Sheila. Please come forward, receive your award. Congratulations. Please clap for her as she comes forward to receive her big check. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. We want to see you number one next time. Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, so the next one is Best International overall winner. This one unfortunately could not come. She's from Uganda. What we're going to do, we will watch her acceptance speech on the screen here.
Best International Submission. Nominees: Right Tie, Richard Kiza, Catherine Nakimwero, and the winner is
Hi, this is Catherine from Uganda. I'm so privileged to have been part of Lenga Ugaidi na Talanta project, which uses talent to address terrorism in the Horn of Africa. Thank you, Lenga Ugaidi, for this beautiful opportunity. We are so humbled and privileged to have been part of this beautiful cause. God bless you. This is Catherine signing out from Uganda. Blessings.
Thank you, Catherine. Despite that we can hear us, but we heard you very well and appreciate it.
nominees:
Next will be
Right Tie, People's Choice Awards. Nominees: Douglas Okundi, Eston Dida, Crazy Kenna, Akin Pepin, and the winner is
Akin Pepin.
Richard Kiza.
Congratulations, Akin Pepe. Please come forward and receive your are you there? Wait, where's he? Oh, okay. Oh, congratulations. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Ah, okay. They want to see it. Yeah, thank you. Now, this particular competition involved music, poetry, and film. Now we will go to those categories. The category 1, music. We have second runners-up, and then first runners-up, and then overall winner. This will be presented by Dr. Halkano Wario. Please come forward.
Music Awards. Second runners-up. Nominees: Yakub Abdul, Jürgen Jackson, Martin Boro, Edwin Oduke, Salim Ali, and the winner is
Martin Boro, please come forward.
Martin Boro, congratulations. Please come forward. Oh, congratulations, Martin. Congratulations. Thank you very much, and thank you for your effort. Now we will go to the next category, poetry. In the poetry, we also have
Music Awards.
Oh, sorry.
First runners-up. Nominees: Edwin Oduke, Salim Ali, Jürgen Jackson, Yakub Abdul. And the winner is
Eugen Jackson.
Eugen Jackson. I was expecting to see a German. Congratulations, Eugen. Yeah, congratulations. Please clap for him again. Yeah, thank you, Eugen Jackson. Overall winner?
Music Awards. Nominees: Edwin Oduke, Salim Ali, Yakub Abdul. And the winner is
The winner is Salim Ali. This is big deal. Congratulations.
Salim Ali, please come forward. Congratulations. Congratulations, Salim. Yeah. Congratulations. Please, when you see that 1,000, it's not for shilling, it's dollars. Don't think it's 1,000 shillings. Yeah, Karibu Sada Salim. Thank you very much for participating and reaching that level. Thank you very, very much. Now we will go to the next category. The next category is poetry. We'll also have 3 winners. Second runner-up, and then first runner-up, and then overall. This one will be
Poetry Awards. Second runners-up. Nominees: Oliver Mwakio, Kevin Matimu, Norris Kabembe, John Mumbua, Paita Bakari. And the winner is
And the second runners-up is Norris Kabembe.
Norris Kabembe. Congratulations. Norris Kabembe, are you around? Yeah. Karibu sana. Thank you for participation and also your contribution to this. Thank you very much, Norris. Please clap for Norris.
Poetry Awards. First runners-up. Nominees: Kevin Matimu, John Mumbua, Paita Bakari, Oliver Mwakio. And the winner is
And the first runners-up is Kevin Matimu.
Kevin, congratulations. That's very good. Thank you for participating, and we hope next time you're going to put more efforts and clinch the overall winner.
Poetry Awards. Nominees: John Mumbua, Paita Bakari, Oliver Mwakio. And the winner is
And the winner is Oliver Mwakio.
Oliver Mwakio. Yeah, thank you very much, and congratulations for clinching that position. But this will not be the end of the road. Let's just continue putting a lot of efforts and also mentor others to come forward. Thank you very much, Oliver. Please clap for Oliver. Thank you, Dr. Hassan Kanenje. Now we will go to film category. This also has 3 winners: second, first, and the overall. And then this one will be presented by Esther Madenge. Esther.
Film Awards. Second runners-up. Nominees: Billy Malanda, Mohammed Ali, Bruno Tanya, Abdul Hakim Said, Edward Malanga. And the winner is
Bruno Tanya.
Bruno Tanya. Congratulations, Bruno. Thank you for your efforts, and thank you for participating. Yeah, we hope you will continue participating. Please clap for Bruno. Yeah, thank you so much, Bruno.
Film Awards. First runners-up. Nominees: Abdul Hakim Said, Mohammed Ali, Billy Malanda, Edward Malanga. And the winner is
Edward Malanga.
Edward Malanga. Karibu. Thank you very much for that effort. Thank you so much. Thank you. Please clap again for Edward. Yeah, thank you. Now, first,
Film Awards. Nominees: Abdul Hakim Said, Mohammed Ali, Billy Malanda. And the winner is
Mohammed Ali.
Mohammed Ali. Congratulations. Where is Mohammed Ali? Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for participating and putting those efforts. Please mentor others and also participate again next time, because next time it's going to be bigger than this. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you. Please clap for all the winners. Yeah, thank you very much. And also please clap for all those who took part in this. Yeah. Thank you. I think this has been very exciting activity, because it has gone through across borders to actually bring all these people together until when we got these ones who won. And that these clips will be played and will be shared on YouTube and other platforms, so that people can see them. At this point, I would like to invite the county commissioner to come and give a few words of wisdom, because this is the first time I'm hearing her. I had her some time back, standing on a podium like this, and she gave very beautiful words. Please just come forward, and after that you will invite our chief guest, Dr. Nyawera, to come and give special recognition to people who initiated this from the beginning. Thank you so much. Karibu, Mheshimiwa.
Thank you so much. Our chief guest, Dr. Nyawera, who is the director, NCTC, all invited guests, all protocols observed. Good evening. Habari ya jioni. Let me take this early opportunity to congratulate all the winners. Unfortunately, we have not been able to watch or know what you did, but I believe you did something very wonderful as young people, and I'm really delighted that young people are doing something with their lives, because I know you have a lot of energy. Allow me to read a very short speech. It's my pleasure to be here at the Lenga Ugaidi Talanta 5th Award ceremony. The world over has suffered great losses at the hands of terrorism. The impact and spread of terrorist groups cannot be underestimated, and strategies and actions on combating terrorism have been central to the agenda and efforts of the Ministry of Interior and coordination of national government. The Lenga LUNT project succeeds at channeling youthful energy and creativity towards fighting radicalization, terrorism, and organized crimes. The award ceremonies, with the first award ceremony held on 2017, demonstrate Epuka Ugaidi consistent and concerted effort to counter radicalization and recruitment narratives by sustainably involving the youth. The merit of the Lenga Ugaidi Talanta project lies in its objectives that allow youth to spearhead the counter-radicalization conversation through the arts. The project actively engages youth in the fight against radicalization, violent extremism, and terrorism. And finally, the project creates awareness while building their skills for self-employment. Certainly, this represents the positive, multifaceted approach that is necessary in the work being undertaken to fight radicalization and terrorism. Recently, Nairobi City County launched a plan to prevent and counter violent extremism and radicalization among the youth. Nairobi County Action Plan aims at ensuring that we involve all stakeholders in the fight against terrorism. Research shows that community systems are integral to the work being undertaken in fighting the radicalization of youth. The efforts to stop youth from joining such groups involve grassroots community actors, and more specifically for us as the national government and administrative officers, there is an imperative effort to support and further the initiatives surrounding this agenda. Community systems such as the Nyumba Kumi feed into broader community systems that act as agents to change to facilitate collaboration with law enforcement agencies, preventive interventions. Undoubtedly, early warning and early response systems can help stop youth from joining terror groups. Information is power and can be used to integrate issues before they reach a critical point. In the same vein, education and dissemination of knowledge through well-informed messaging, such as the strategy being utilized by Epuka Ugaidi, can be used as a tool to intercept and thwart the work of terrorist groups. And on the 13th of December, we are going to start a radio program that aims at sending messages that encourage the youth to involve themselves in more profitable activities and spread the message of fighting terrorism in our country. In conclusion, The approach we as stakeholders must take in the fight against the radicalization of youth by terror groups is one that must be multifaceted and collaborative. Our response to the ever-growing threat of terrorism must utilize our various capabilities and frameworks that are informed by what we have learned in the past and that we hope for the future of our youth in our nation. Tonight's celebration is a recognition of the brilliant work being undertaken by an organization that is passionate about its cause and youth that are willing and ready to confront one of the most critical issues facing our world today. As relevant stakeholders, let us come together to ensure that we channel the vast talents and energies of our youth to create a better and brighter future for our generation. Thank you for listening to me. Now, I take this opportunity to invite our chief guest. Kindly let's be upstanding as our chief guest, Dr. Nyawera, comes forward to give her speech. Welcome, Madam.
Please be seated, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for that honor. Thank you, Madam Moro, now that we have become very good friends, having brought together by the work that we do. I recognize the efforts of your undertaking at the County Commission, as the County Commissioner. Dr. Haneje, Dr. Ario Shekram, I did not know you were such a good MC. I don't know you trying to de-radicalize me and realize that I'm too far gone as an extremist. You gave up. So I want to thank you for the work you're doing. Ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. Allow me to express my gratitude this evening for being even considered to grace this occasion. I take it with humility, my presence here. We are all gathered here to witness the closing ceremony of the annual counterterrorism short film competition, Lenga Ugaidi na Talanta. This year's competition was the theme was youth responsibility in the fight against terrorism. Let me also thank each and every one of you here present who found time to be here today and who has contributed in one way or another to the success of this edition. Now, the responsibility of ensuring a peaceful society lies with not just organizations such as the National Counterterrorism Center, which I head, but even as His Excellency, our President, keeps reminding us, it lies with every one of us. One decision that this country took, that our homeland took when we faced the threat of terrorism, is to be bold enough and come out and say, we are threatened, and to go deep and see what is it that is causing the threat. So we do not hide our heads under the sand and say maybe they are the criminals. We call them who they are because they are terrorists. And because of that, the cooperation with all stakeholders is paramount in ensuring we win the fight against radicalization and recruitment to make our societies safer. So our society is actually one of the things that I would say Kenya has attained is that we are all aware of the threat that we face as a country. And I stand here this evening knowing that we had a situation a few days back where we had escapees from committee, and this evening they have been rearrested. And they were rearrested in a village. And it shows that we have become more vigilant because of the threat that we have faced, because of how we have been affected, all of us. And it is a great thing that we are doing. So when I look around this room and see the youthful faces that are representing the Kenyan youth here, I'm very delighted to be present here and to recognize all the efforts that Epuka Ugaidi is undertaking. So the fight against terrorism, like I've said, is for the private sector, the public sector, the civil society, and the community-based organizations. So we all must come together. So, for example, the community-based organizations and non-governmental organizations are very well placed to link the state and the community and network those communities to ensure that what the state needs to do and to know and to do is done. And this is a strategy that Epuka Ugaidi has expanded with perfection, reaching out to the community and enlightening the community and letting them take part in projects such as this as part of the enlightening and taking responsibility against terrorism. Now, recognizing that the youth of this country, and the majority now, are at a vantage point, not just on terrorism, but at the forefront of actually leading this country. Epuka Ugaidi established this youth-led initiative, Lenga Ugaidi na Talanta, which aims at tapping young people's energy and creativity. And one of the ways that you can actually catch and sustain this youthful population is recognizing the talents that they have. And there's a lot of talent amongst our youth that we really need to grow. And therefore, Lenga Ugaidi and Talanta is one such a great project. Since inception, this competition has engaged over 27,000 youth in the Horn of Africa. And it has kept open to accommodate a myriad of submissions in an effort to reach it in terms of impact. So this, as a result of this effort, the season 5 of 2021, which was held in 5 countries, that is Kenya, Uganda, Somalia, Djibouti, and Ethiopia. Our presence today here is in recognition of the efforts put by the youth from these 5 countries who took part in the competition, came up with a material that would prove useful, that Epuka Ugaidi can use on a daily basis. So I would like to congratulate season's winners, and tell you to keep up the good fight. Talk about it. Do exhibit your talents as far as this is concerned, and let's even have more, so that even we can even have a greater reach of more and more youth. What's happening, like the Dr. Haneja and Dr. Wario have said, what's happening in Africa is that there's something unfolding as far as terrorism is concerned, and it is something that is causing us concern. But we as a country, by default, have been in this field for long and have learned how with this. And so we to spread it to the rest of the continent. And that is why this effort to include like the countries in the Horn of Africa is really a great effort. Now, to all those who participated and did not get the words today, please don't be disappointed. Your efforts and inputs in the fight against radicalization and extremism have not gone unnoticed. They are really highly appreciated. We urge you to continue using your talents by creating counter-radicalization products to sensitize and educate the public in the role against this threat. Now, be comforted in knowing that the work that you submitted and the effort that you put in will prove useful in the work of the organization as well as in the greater fight against radicalization. At the center, we've just launched our website a week ago, and part of what we would want to see in that website is the work that you have been doing with the Epuka and Ugaidi, put in there to also as a tool to reach out to more and more audience and catch their attention. I want to encourage all of you to continue this conversation outside the walls of this space, and beyond just being a conversation, a competition. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how it has affected us. Let's talk about what's happening in the internet. We call it the extremosphere, where there's the youth, and of course there's a lot of access, and in this region we are one of the best countries as far as access to the internet is concerned, but there's a lot of activity that is going in there. Let's engage. Let's talk about what's happening. Let's talk about what's wrong with what is happening, and get more and more people to contribute to this debate, and therefore push out the ones that generate this narrative to the periphery. Lastly, today, I would want to recognize the people, some of the people in this room who have been relentless in the fight against terrorism, and who have worked very closely with Epuka Ugaidi. I have nurtured them. I want to recognize Mr. Sulaiman Munywa, And in this recognition, we are going to be giving them awards because we are unveiling a new category of awards known as Jasiri Award, which means this is an award of courage for what they have done. And these awards, like I've said, is to those individuals who have, whose work in the fight against terrorism has been recognized by Lenga Ugaidi. My good friend, Dr. Hassan Khanej, who we also work very closely with. Shehe. Oh. Sheikh Ramadan. And Dr. Mustafa Ali in absentia. Thank you very much. We want to recognize your efforts. Please keep it up. Do not stop. In fact, I was just being told that one of the manuals that you developed is now the one that is the Nigerians are using. We are very proud of you. And in this, and to say that in this continent, through your efforts and others who in this fight, we actually in a very good stand as far as countering violence. As far as countering violent extremism is concerned, and we are ready and willing to teach the rest of the continent because of what is happening now. With those few remarks, ladies and gentlemen, I would want to end it there and just, like I've said, urge you, let's keep talking, let's keep participating. We'll continue engaging even with the Lenga Ugaidi and the National Counterterrorism Center. And we believe that we are going to cover this space and that we have deliverables and measurables where we can say within this year, this is what we have achieved. We have shrunk the space for these extremists who would want to bring discord amongst our population. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Daktari. Kweli, nimeona I can't de-radicalize you. Thank you for those very beautiful words. And at this point, I think we will come to, we are just closing to an end. And before that, I want to give appreciation words to the following. Our chief guest, I know she's left a lot of work that she has been doing in the office, and she's very busy, but she created time to come here. Thank you very much, Dr. Nyawera. Our County Commissioner Nairobi, I know the whole of this place is depending on you. We're actually but very happy that you are here because we know our security is taken care of. Thank you very much for making time to come to this particular activity, Madam Flora Moroa. And then Dr. Hassan Khanej, as we were leaving office, he was saying, now I have quite a number of things to do here, but let me just dash, go finish this business first, and then we come back and continue. And that's how, that's the spirit. That's the spirit, Dr. Khanej, thank you so much. Dr. Halkano Ario has actually traveled all the way from Nakuru just to come and attend to this particular activity. Dr. Halkano, he's an author of so many activities, and even those manuals that we do, he's co-authoring with us. So thank you, Dr. Halkano, for being present today. I'll also want to say thank you very much to the winners who took part and made a lot of efforts so that they could win this particular, not only win, but actually put message to the young people that their place is not in the bush, their place is in town, where they will benefit themselves and benefit others in this country. And the most important people that I would also want to thank are all participants who actually made this particular activity possible. Thank you very much, all. Yeah, I can smell it. So please, don't leave. There is plenty of food here, enough for all of us. Please just don't go. Take your time. Take a plate. Take another until you feel you are okay. And then after that, you can decide whether you want to go home or you want to stay around. I think the hotel will not chase you away, because I know what they are looking for. Okay, and at this point, then I think I will request us to. Nani, nataka mtu atuombe. Somebody, a volunteer, please. Yes. Come forward. Akimaliza kuomba tutakuwa tumemaliza, na at that point the high table will proceed behind me here. It's only this curtain that is blocking our meal. We will remove it, and after that we will follow all of us. Thank you very much.
Naombeni tufunge macho ili tuweze kuomba. Mungu Baba Rabana, tunakuja mbele zako jioni hii, sifa na shukrani tukizidi kukurudishia kwa kuwa umezidi kuwa mwema, umetukubalia kuona hafla hii, hatimaye tumeweza kuimaliza. Tunaomba ya kwamba Mungu Baba uweze kutulinda, shirika lililohakikisha kwamba tumekuwa na hafla hii, pia tunahakikisha kwamba uweze kuwaongoza, uweze kuwa nao, na sote ambao tuliweza kukutana hapa, pale ambapo tuliweza kuondoka kila mmoja akielekea makwao, naomba kwamba uweze kutupa safari njema ili kila mmoja aweze kufika jinsi ambavyo alivyokuja. Tukishaona kwamba hivi imefanyika, Mungu tukupa sifa na kushukuru. Kwa pia chajio ambacho tunaenda kukipata, naomba ya kwamba uweze kukibariki ili kila mmoja atakapoweza kukibugia kiweze kumsaidia, kiweze kumpa nguvu kama binadamu. Na kupa sifa na kushukuru kwa kila mmoja aliyekuja hapa, wageni wote na kila mmoja aliyejitolea kwa muda wake. Tunakupa sifa kwa ajili ya hiyo. Katika jinsi safi nazidi kuomba na kuamini. Amen.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so karibuni. Dinner is served, everybody, please.
Msanii. In 2019, when I told your story, I thought I'll never see you again.
Alikuwa rooted kwa ugaidi kama radical, ndio maana alipochipuka kama Plumul, kila polisi alitaka kumshoot. He was as naive as they come, ready to risk his life no matter what the task is. Atakani ku blow up supermarket, after all hakujali uchumi.
I thank God they took you alive when they made the arrest. But what really pains me is that you had the highest grade in our class. And for someone who wanted to be a lawyer, this is not the bar exam I imagined you to be in.
For choosing the beat.
hata upite na flying colors. Dream zako hazezi kutake off, airstrip ikiwa rocky. Hii system yote imechizi, muogoroki. Ni kweli nilipita na grade poa, lakini maisha yalidili na mimi kienyeji. Breadwinner hakuwa na fee ya campus, ikabidi kwa form zangu ni mkate. Maisha ya street ya come fast. Form ilikuwa ni shada, mogox na kwa toka tenje. Ukipita CCTV on toes, ndio usishikwe kwa kamenje. Kidungi kwa toja of course, kwa wale walikatana wale nje. Ndio tupate za kufloss kwa wale masenje. Na katika zile pilka pilka za kuiba simu kubwa, it's like someone had been keeping tabs. They called him Zebab Kubwa, and he promised us the bag and not just the crumbs. Alitupatia vako za kumoka Saudi, atika kinuka tutasafisha na udi. Tusiwe na hofu, atasimamia na uli. Na hivyo ndo alituingiza kwa maovu bila njia ya kurudi. Alituambia hiyo war inaitwa Jumanji, that if you brawl utapata tu ganji. Kuwa mshindi atapewa 72 fine Jivanas. Na unajua vile wanaume tunapenda Jivanas. Mwanzo wale wa kuivana, ukiwapata na njivaa bas utaitana. Na hivyo ndo niliacha kwenda kasanini, nikajipata kwa mtikisi. Maana imani yangu alitikisa na kuishek. Love ya money pia aliitek. Na saina serve kifungo priceless, up to date. I know what I did cannot be undone, so do me this one deed ukirudi maskan. Simama na talanta yako, kama usiyumbe. Na kwa wote wapatao, wafikishie huu ujumbe.
Lenga Ugaidi na talanta, nafasi wafaa kuikamata. Sakawera dadi, sakawera mami, sakawera dadi, sakawera mami.
Idea za shortcuts ziwe cut short, kuwa wataonekaniwa bila macho kuwa bloodshot. Wajibidishe na hustle, ndio wajilishe kwa jasho. Na wakibisha na dini ni nini, nisikize kwa makini mimi. Haijalishi messenger ni nani, juu message ya wote ilikuwa ni love ndani.
Lenga Ugaidi na talanta, nafasi wafaa kuikamata. Sakawera dadi, sakawera mami, sakawera dadi, sakawera mami.
Ukiona kuna peace elewa, somebody alitaka kuwa different. Kusimama na ukweli kachukua hatua mpaka kuovia his friend. Ukiona kuna peace elewa, somebody alitaka kuwa different. Kusimama na ukweli kachukua hatua mpaka kuovia his friend.
Nafungua macho ni cheki kile kinantokea. Nasikia uchungu kila joint inauma. Nimeamka sahi baada ya fahamu kupotea. Na nimerealize nimefungiwa kwa chuma. Na cheki body za watu walishikwa kuwa hostages. Na blood kila mahali imespill out of bondages. His stuff nilikuwa na watch kwa movies, now it's so real. Na ile pain nasikia only mothers ndio feel. Nimepigishwa magoti chini ili kumalizwa. Na hivi ndio story ya misery yangu ilianzishwa. I'm looking at 6 terrorists covering their faces, black clothes, guns, and death is their wages. Kuna 3 of them wenye nilicheki uso zao. To my shock, all of them najua parents wao. Ni maboy wenye talent fit na imagine how they were. Wamejoin Al-Shabaab juu ya pesa ni bala. Wali play soka wakarap, pia na kuimba. Wakaosha mtaa kwa miradi ya mitaani. Walifanya anything, ikiwemo choo kuchimba. But some of them pesa zilikuwa za majani. Their dreams were valid as long as kuna pesa za kubuy food, malazi na kupay rent ya keja. Tunaweza taja many things why my youth ni materials instead ya kujaribu music na kuwa pia pianist. Wana lack role model wa kuonyesha know how. Na hii ndio reason why me na dive that.
Ukiona kuna peace elewa, somebody alitaka kuwa different. Kusimama na ukweli kachukua hatua mpaka kuovia his friend. Ukiona kuna peace elewa, somebody alitaka kuwa different. Kusimama na ukweli kachukua hatua mpaka
pesa zina drive mavijana kujisacrifice, kujoin Al-Qaeda, Al-Shabaab na kuterrorize, cause atrocities, kushed blood na kubreak peace. Now that murder, you're the only thing in our place. It's true ugondi haileti pesa ya kutosha, get usiku na mchana ifanye ukaomoka. The only substitute wanabaki nayo ni kuwa terrorist, kudegrade everything as if haina right ya kuexist. Imagine Nairobi laying down a deadly explosive, kitu wananchi wamejenga so expensive, wamadha wakimadwa na watoi inclusive, just because somebody hakutaka ku-expressive. It's so inhuman to annihilate the whole society just because we thought to eradicate our poverty. Nimebonga mob, najua mimi nimewabo, na sasa time yangu imefika ya kugo. Places za biashara na ibada zikilipuka, hapo ndio umaskini sasa itakurupuka. Wana lack role model wa kuonyesha know-how, na hii ndio reason why me na dive that.
Ukiona kuna peace elewa somebody alitaka kuwa different, kusimama na ukweli kachukua hatua mpaka kuovia his friend. Ukiona kuna peace elewa somebody alitaka kuwa different, kusimama na ukweli kachukua hatua mpaka kuovia his friend.
Ilianza kama jokes, utandoni nikipost, jamaa mtanashati kanialika tukuchati, na mapenzi yakanoga, kadhani meniroga, zangu akili kaburuga, na moyo wangu wakateka, zake mbinu kawa bora, kutumia makombora, katamani maisha bora, ila bora maisha niache kudorora. Uchochole liniandama, katamani kuomoka, ila tamaa kanipa kichaa, hamisi kanishawishi, ugaidi ni abiri, risasi niliepuka, kanitia kibindoni. Nimerudi mzalendo kuwaeleza ugaidi ni bure tu. Ladies, hili jambo tulikome, situlaze kaburini.
Waridi, the beautiful daughter of Africa. Hawa watu magaidi wenye roho ziso utu, tawateka kwenye ndoa za lazima takutia. Utatoka kwa hakika, chombo chao utakuwa. Familia taumia, popote kikutafuta. Kutajirika haraka, maisha yako wa kutoa. Hizo zao itikadi, ni uongo katalia. Ni hatia kuwana, Biblia mekazia. Afadhali ya talanta, we kidosho utaweza. Better be a model, hence a role model for youth to look up on you. But ugaidi takuzika kaburini, na waridi litaoza. Afadhali ya talanta, ugaidi tukilenga. Afadhali mama mboga, ugaidi tukilenga. Afadhali vya mtumba, ugaidi tukilenga. Afadhali ya kandanda, ugaidi tukilenga. Afadhali ya mziki, ugaidi tukifika.
A woman is a god. In a womb she creates. She creates, gives life and loves, but can never take away life. She loves to death. Ugaidi tukatae, ulimwengu tuulinde. Ugaidi tukatae, kizazi chetu tuokoe. It's our responsibility, ladies. Now we arise. With my innocent face I would kill. With my tender voice I would convince. And with my feeble hands I would boom. My task was simple, to map and inform. With well-castrated moves, I would strike. But because I'm a woman, haungejua mbinu ya urembo katumika kumaliza. Ila mbinu ya urembo ngetumia kumaliza. Kivalia, nikimodel, ningekuwa millionaire. Talanta was so big and competent I was. I ditched my kids for the guns. Yani, msichana mdogo with big guns for terror. Ungedhani ni Rambo in a mission to kill and thrive. But kiapo, kichapo, extremism was in my veins. With no gains but guilt. I inform you ladies, ugaidi ubatili, tulenge tufyeke. Vijana, ugaidi ni hatari, twawaomba kuchorea. Tusikize kwa makini, siri zao twatoboa. Risasi takushika, kaburini taingia. Itikadi zikaidi, usikuwe mgaidi. Ya Talanta wetumia, kulenga ugaidi. Afadhali ya Talanta, kulenga ugaidi. Tutumie ya Talanta, tulenge ugaidi. Madada, afadhali ya Talanta, kulenga ugaidi. Vijana, tukatae ugaidi. Usalama ujengeke.
Kama ni soka wechezanga, kama ni doba wechezanga. Sakawera dadi, sakawera mami, sakawera dadi, sakawera mami.
Substation.
Msanii. In 2019, when I told your story, I thought I'll never see you again.
Alikuwa rooted kwa ugaidi kama radical, ndio maana alipochipuka kama plumul, kila polisi alitaka kumshoot. He was as naive as they come, ready to risk his life no matter what the task is. Atakani ku blow up supermarket, after all hakujali
Ukiona kuna peace elewa somebody alitaka kuwa different. Kusimama na ukweli kachukua hatua mpaka kuovia his friend. Ukiona kuna peace elewa somebody alitaka kuwa different. Kusimama na ukweli kachukua hatua mpaka kuovia his friend.
Nafungua macho ni cheki kile kinantokea. Nasikia uchungu kila joint inauma. Nimeamka sahi baada ya fahamu kupotea. Na nimerealize nimefungiwa kwa chuma. Na cheki body za watu walishikwa kuwa hostages. Na blood kila mahali imespill out of bondages. His stuff nilikuwa na watch kwa movies, now it's so real. Na ile pain nasikia only mothers ndio feel. Nimepigishwa magoti chini ili kumalizwa. Na hivi ndio story ya misery yangu ilianzishwa. I'm looking at 6 terrorists covering their faces. Black clothes, guns, and death is their wages. Kuna 3 of them when you nearly check uso zao. To my shock, all of them najua parents wow. Ni maboy when you talent fit and imagine how they were. Wamejoin Al-Shabaab juu ya pesa ni bala. Wali play soka wakarap, pia na kuimba, wakaosha mtaa kwa miradi ya mitaani. Walifanya anything, ikiwemo choo kuchimba, but some of them pesa zilikuwa za majani. Their dreams were valid as long as kuna pesa za kubuy food, malazi na kupay rent ya keja. Tunaweza taja many things why my youth ni materials instead ya kujaribu music na kuwa pia pianist. Wana lack role model wa kuonyesha know how, na hii ndio reason why me na dive that.
Ukiona kuna peace elewa somebody alitaka kuwa different. Kusimama na ukweli kachukua hatua mpaka kuhofia his friend. Ukiona kuna peace elewa somebody alitaka kuwa different. Kusimama na ukweli kachukua hatua mpaka kuhofia his friend.
Pesa zina drive mavijana kujisacrifice, kujoin Al-Qaeda, Al-Shabaab na kuterrorize, cause atrocities, kushed blood na kubreak peace. Now that murder, you're the only thing in our place. It is true ugondi haileti pesa ya kutosha. Get up siku na mchana ifanye ukaomoka. The only substitute wanabaki nayo ni kuwa terrorist, kudegrade everything as if haina right ya kuexist. Imagine Nairobi laying down a deadly explosive. Kitu wana inji wamejenga so expensive. Wamadha wakimadwa na watoi inclusive, just because somebody hakutaka ku-expressive. It's so inhuman to annihilate the whole society just because we thought to eradicate our poverty. Nimebonga mob, najua mimi nimewabo, na sasa time yangu imefika ya kugo. Places za biashara na ibada zikilipuka, hapo ndio umaskini sasa itakurupuka. Wana lack role model wa kuonyesha know how, na hii ndio reason why me na dive that.
Ukiona kuna peace elewa somebody alitaka kuwa different. Kusimama na ukweli kachukua hatua mpaka kuhofia his friend. Ukiona kuna peace elewa somebody alitaka kuwa different. Kusimama na ukweli kachukua hatua mpaka kuhofia his friend.
Yo, mana driller niko na ribapa nataka kuachapia jo. Sikiza best amechambua na kona lot of great ideas, but anakutuki so what do what kuibia. Naongelea about my peers walikota do it last year, extremist watajipa bila hisia. Best amechambua na kona lot of great ideas, but anakutuki so what do what kuibia. Naongelea about my peers walikota do it last year, extremist watajipa bila hisia. Vojas alitoka home Friday ati kwenda mosque, after swala kabaki nyuma jumtana kuplot. Sheke alimone huruma kamuuliza kwani what's wrong. Sina do na mtajwa na kuform. Nimesomea pilot na naonyeshwa ati kuna wera song. Soka una rada inshallah nishikanishe jo. Nimechoka kubaki home, familia yangu join takado. Shika namba ni hala kauko ready yo. There's no need for you to suffer alone, we are here bro. Anko yangu akona do lakini atezi nipati alone. So ndo maana nataka kwenda bro, dama yo wera song. So ndo maana nataka kwenda bro, dama yo wera song. Hours than days, weeks to months he's stressed, he almost collapsed. Extremism in his brain, he don't give a fuck. He just needs some space and money to bounce back. Daily amekuwa posted block, akimedi kwa shikako. Anaona it's not easy though, especially akifikiria mob. Aliuzanga tropico, akaona hiyo biza inaga do. Kila time anafikiria venye, ako one phone call to song. Best amechambua na kona lot of great ideas, but anakutuki so what do what kuibia. Naongelea about my peers walikota do it last year, extremist watajipa bila hisia. Best amechambua na kona lot of great ideas, but anakutuki so what do what kuibia. Naongelea about my peers walikota do it last year, extremist watajipa hapa bila hisia. Alikuwa depressed akapiga shake kufollow up ile case. Ikitu si mambo na race ama dini ni Ngoria State. Alimpatia appointment after prayer Friday same place. Ako anaelewa ati akabort potea without a trace. In the name of prayer faith pia akakelea. Akaambiwa trip ya kwanza tu Somalia na fake December. Akapatiwa kaa kichweza kwanza ndo atiache familia yake beta. Akaanza kujita mjahidi na kutuambia venye anasepa. Sai yako ketepa masurba tuwezi teta kangeta kila mtu tunaona vile amepenya. Tukumuona after a while until tukamwona kwa crime organized na Al-Shabaab akajilipua to his demise.
Lenga Ugaidi na Talanta. Sina Talanta kijana wangu. Tuingie babando hapa free snacks kila kitu.
Penye mosha hapa kosi vijana tebu kiasi sikize verse. Nilichora architecture ya jela check sign niko behind bars. Ukabila Kenya majui racism na bado tunangoja msaada tupewe. Ati Black Lives Matter wakati Kenya ni vita za sisi wenyewe. Hakuna kitu tambiona na campaign mafia post election we are in pain. Na kama moja wewe mpoteza ndugu machozi ya kitunguu sio machungu. Kifo cha tajiri ni habari tanzia, kifo cha maskini na bado unasinzia. West the game stari na axe changing ya sisi sote tukibalance. Huku ghetto atwimbi bafuni wengine tunaona.
Si kila Muislamu atijaidi. Wengine hata Wakristo wako ndani. Lakini wengi ni Waislamu.
Wase ni aje? Mimi ni ritani. Nilikuwa katika Al-Shabaab. Niambieni, niwaeleze kwa kina. Nilipitia katika process nyingi ndio zinifanye mimi kuwa Al-Shabaab. Kuna process inaitwa radicalization. Nilipitia katika radicalization. Na matunguya, sitaki kuwadanganya pale nje, si kama life hapa ndani. Sidanganywe, tuingie katika hizi makundi. Hizi makundi zinatudanganya kabisa, tunaenda kufanya mambo ambayo mengi siwezi kawaambia kwa sasa. Mimi nimeamua kuchukua hii nafasi niwaeleze kwa kina. Tusikue watu nyambo tunadanganywa tunapatiwa kazi za bure, ni nyambo tujui ni kazi gani tunaenda kupatiwa. Kazi ndogo kama unapatiwa bag, unaambiwa upeleke mali fulani, unapatiwa pesa nyingi kama 100,000. Sisi kama vijana tunataka kutumiwa vibaya ama tunataka kutumiwa katika dunia hii utafanya wapi kazi ndogo ulipo pesa nyingi kama hiyo? Tunaangalia wenye wanapoendelea si vyema. Nyumbani nikauliza familia yangu kama kuna msaada wote wamepata. Wakaniambia hakuna msaada wote wamepata.
Hello, is this CTP and Terrorism Police?